G'day, in this video we'll be sharing with you 5 essential things that we think you should have in order before you hit the road for that epic road trip or your big lap. So the things on this list aren't actually things to make your life any easier on the road, but these are things that might just help you out when you get into some strife. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you very much for your continued support. If you're new here, my name is Elvin Powell. The channel Adventuring Pals is our family's travels and adventures while we are working our way around Australia. We've put together some videos to show you some great information that you might be able to use to plan your very own epic road trips. So in no particular order of importance, let's get right into it. Number one, I reckon, is you got to make sure that you have adequate insurance to cover all your assets while you're on the road. So make sure you have enough insurance cover to cover your vehicle and all of its modifications and everything that you're carrying with it. Same goes with your caravan. Make sure you have enough insurance to cover all the stuff inside, because as full-time caravanners, you're probably likely to have a lot more things in your caravan than the average Joe Blow going down for a holiday. So the best way to do this, I think, is just to talk to your insurance company and just let them know what you're up to. Get a good estimation for yourself for how much you think the stuff is worth in your car and caravan, and let them know. We have to increase our cover for our contents in our caravan because the standard just will not cover it. So we've increased it to a level where we are satisfied that if something goes wrong, like a fire or an accident that destroys everything, at least we're going to have enough funds coming in from the insurance payout to get us back on the road again. So number two is sort of similar but not quite the same, and that's to have some good roadside assistance at the highest level you can possibly get. We have RACQ Ultra Care, and if you have been following the channel for a while, you might see the video where we broke down in Cape York. We had to get recovered twice. Once back to Weipa, and when they couldn't fix our car back in Weipa, we had to get recovered back to Cairns. Car, caravan, family, all recovered from Cape York. If we had to pay that out of pocket, it would have cost us like $7,000 maybe, and with our cover we are actually covered for $7,000 worth of recovery costs. That includes your car, your caravan, and the people. If they have to fly you out of there, they will, but luckily for us, we just fit it in the same tow truck as the car and caravan. If you are interested in that story about us getting recovered out of Cape York, the video is in our channel, but I will also put a link in the description below so you can easily find that if you want to check it out. Now, item number 3 is very handy because without it, we couldn't even have call for our RSCQ, and that is a satellite phone. This one here is a satellite sleeve, $888. We got it from Optus, and I think it costs us about $5 a month to have that active. 100% would not leave home without it, especially if you're like us and you like traveling in remote areas. Now, briefly touching on sat sleeve versus like a signal booster versus an EPIRB. The thing is, a sat sleeve you can use as a phone whenever you want. An EPIRB you can only use in a life and death emergencies, because that is a signal for the emergency service to come and find you. With this, you can call RACQ, you can call whoever you need to. Now, we don't actually use this to call people and keep in touch. We only use this for emergencies. The other thing you might consider is a signal booster, which is great, but that only boosts a signal. You still have to have a signal for it to boost. I haven't actually got one myself, so I can't really comment on it, but I reckon that the satellite phone trumps the signal booster if you can only have one. Now, whilst on the subject of communication, I think if you're towing a caravan, you definitely need to get yourself a UHF. It doesn't necessarily have to be a hardwired one like this. You can get a good handheld one. This is a 5-watt one, and it's pretty much almost as good as these, but not quite a good range. I think if you're going to get a handheld one, you definitely want it to be 5-watt range. Having two also helps a lot. I can talk to my wife when we're reversing the caravan, or I can have one scanning channel 40, one scanning channel 18. Those are the two main channels that road users use here in Queensland and most of Australia, as far as I know. Now, it may not seem all that important right now, but if you think about it, if there's something hanging off your roof of the caravan or something like that, like a loose solar panel or a rear bar, or you've forgotten to close a flap or something simple like that, someone can just call you up, hey mate, in your Jayco, you've forgot your flap. Something simple like that. You can pull over, fix it before you drive hundreds of kilometers and get your caravan covered in dust or whatever it may be. Or even worse, there has been instances where people have lost solar panels off the roof, and just recently there's even been a death because a solar panel fell off the roof, smashed into a car, and that passenger died. Yeah, number 5, no. Now, number 4, now this is particularly more important for automatic cars, but still can be important for a manual transmission car, and that is a jump starter kit. I'll go get mine and show you guys that one too. So this is the jump starter kit I use, and it's very, very good. Charge it up. It holds its charge for a surprisingly long time. Every now and then I just check it and then recharge it if I need to. It just charges with a USB, and it sounds silly, but you'd be surprised how many times you end up with a flat battery. Even with my car, I've got smart headlights that turn themselves off and everything like that. But you know, things go wrong, and if you're out camped in the bush, you might end up with a flat battery. And if you're by yourself, well, especially in automatic, there's no way you can get it started. This thing here has been a lifesaver. I've had it for about a year, and I've used it multiple times, and starts the car without fail as long as it's charged. Now, number 5 is you want to have a good first aid kit, and in that is some sort of a snake bite kit as well, and also a little bit of knowledge on how to use that stuff. We haven't actually got an off-the-shelf first aid kit. We've got bits and pieces we had at home anyway. We just put it together in a kit. Now, I think I might actually end up buying a proper first aid kit because they seem to be a lot more compact and everything like that. But as well as all the first aid stuff, we've got some medication, like with the kids and stuff like that. We've got children's Panadols. If you have any fevers, they can bring that down. It looks like a lot, but we actually have one that normally stays in the caravan and one that we have in the car, and the other one is just all the medication and that kind of stuff. So whatever medication is relevant to you, you're going to make sure you have that at hand. Now, the sat phone, the jump starter and first aid kit and all that kind of stuff, all this stuff stays in our car all of the time. So number 6, consider this like a bonus item, is you want to make sure you have plenty of usable water, drinkable water in the car. We normally have a 20-litre jerry can. You don't need to go to that extent, but just enough water to see you through to the next destination, and allow for, if you have like a breakdown or if you have an accident or something on the side of the road and you're stuck there in the middle of the road waiting for someone to come and help you, you want to make sure you have enough water for everybody in the car to get you through at least one day. Right guys, there's my list. If there's anything in there that you think I should add, make sure you put it in the comments below, and it might help me out. It might also help out other viewers who are watching this as well. Thank you very much for watching the video to the end, guys. If you liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and also share the video with someone who you think might appreciate the information in here. And if you haven't subscribed and you liked it, please do subscribe, because we have a lot of videos coming up like this that are directly helpful. Otherwise, we have a lot of trip videos out there that'll show you all the awesome places that we have been, so make sure you check that out too. Thank you very much. We'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for spending your precious time watching our video. We are a family with 2 young kids, and we have been working and traveling our way around Australia since March 2019. We share with you our trips so you can see that it's very possible to travel with young kids. We also share with you some tips that we've learned along the way, making traveling with kids a little bit easier. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel for future videos we upload every week. Thank you very much, and